This episode of The Arena, a multi-platform gaming news podcast Extra Take, is sponsored by, well, of course, all of you amazing patrons. Thank you for your support, and without it, we wouldn't be able to do this. Now, on with the show. Hey everybody, all you patrons, all you viewers, all you listeners out there, welcome to another episode of The Arena, a multi-platform gaming news podcast. This is episode 8 of Extra Take, our supplemental series for The Arena multi-platform gaming news podcast. I'm your host, Expat, along with my co-host, Burly of BurlyMenGaming. Burly, how you doing, man?
Doing good. Doing good,
How
are you, Expat?
Awesome. I'm hanging in there. Week of vacation. It always helps. Yeah, just kicking back. But of course, all the stuff that we're doing for the show here, I'm still busy. But weather's getting cooler out here as well, so I'm really enjoying that. So, and today, making her first appearance, we have a special guest with us today. She's a streamer on Twitch, PeacefulWarrior3. Peaceful Warrior, how you doing, man?
I'm not doing too bad. How are you?
Doing good. So this episode, we're going to be talking about Far Cry 6. So we're going to be showing some gameplay footage that was provided by PeacefulWarrior3. So we're going to be talking about that. And Burly, have you played any of the Far Cry games?
I have. I played about 4 hours of 4. So
4 hours of 4. Okay.
I played most of them. I was
Mm-hmm.
going to say, probably out of the three of us, I have the least amount of Far Cry experience.
Okay, so you're the one that's going to have most of the questions for PeacefulWarrior3 then. I played most of them. I played 5, I played 4, 3, 2. I played Primal, which I thought was really interesting because that was a spin-off of the regular games. Is pretty cool, being in prehistoric times and all. But Peace, why don't you introduce us to Far Cry 6? Give us a little bit of the background of the story. What can people expect when they start playing Far Cry 6?
From my take, I thought it was pretty much like the rest of them. It was just pretty much a bad guy taking over, and the little guy's getting fed up and coming back to retake it. In 6, there's like this Anton Castillo. I probably will say all the names wrong, just so you know.
Okay.
They I don't know what kind of plant it is, but they're trying to cure cancer, and they're using poisons, just like I'll stay off that subject. Never mind. Anyway, they are poisoning the workers, and people are fed up. So,
now, this is kind of like Cuba, but it's a fictional island, right?
Yeah, it's like Yara, wherever that is. Is that even a place?
I think it's a fictional fictional island, but it's modeled after Cuba. So from what I've heard, and of course, Giancarlo Esposito, he's the main villain in this game. also. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, he plays
So
as Anton.
Anton, right? And he has a son in the game, right?
Yeah, Diego.
Mm-hmm.
But from my take, I don't think Diego wants anything to do with the bad. He's like really angry with his father.
Okay. So yeah, all you viewers and all you listeners out there, this is going to be a spoiler-free discussion. So we're going to, keep it spoiler-free, just talking a lot about the gameplay mechanics, about, the game in general, but no spoilers when it comes to story or anything like that.
Yeah.
So Burly, do you want to throw out your first question for Peace?
Yeah, my first question, this one I know she won't be surprised by, but which is your favorite of the animal buddies that you have?
That would be I'm probably going to get the animal wrong. I get them confused. The alligator or crocodile that we have. He is my favorite.
Okay. And what other different types of animals are in Far Cry 6?
I haven't got but 2 of those, and there's a dog and a croc. I don't know what the others are. They're still locked.
Oh, okay.
Still early in the game.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you're still early in the game. You haven't finished it yet. Okay.
No.
I see.
I got it on release day, and I started playing immediately for the stream, and I think we've made it to the second island, and that's about it.
Oh, okay. So let me ask you this. You've played all the Far Cry games, right?
Not all. I started at 3. Yeah.
At 3. Okay. So what mechanics are different in 6 that were not in like 3, 4, and 5?
Let's see. 3, I don't really remember much of. 4 was probably my favorite. So as far as the mechanics, I don't remember how the controls were different. It's been a long time since I played them. I mean, Far Cry 4 came out in 2014. That was a long time ago. And then 4 came out. I think 4 was my favorite, honestly.
Okay.
It was just the jokes that they had, I think.
No. There are some people out there that say that Far Cry 6 is like a movie, but with 2010 graphics. What would you say to those people that critique it in that way?
I don't think so. I haven't seen that the graphics have been too bad. I mean, have you, Burly?
From what I've seen, it looks fun. It looks good. And I've watched quite a bit of your streams of it, and you're playing on a PS4.
Yeah.
Just on a PS4, it looks good. It's nothing like, oh my god, this is next gen. But I'm interested to see how it goes on a Series X or a PS5.
Yeah. I think what people are describing, though, is in the cutscenes, for example, the facial animations. They just don't look next gen. They look more like last gen type of graphics.
Yeah, I agree with that. There's several of the characters also that I've noticed that maybe they might have just like mocked up and changed maybe their hair or something, and they came from the last game.
Okay, so cut and pasting.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah. Burly, go ahead. Another question for Peace.
Okay. Sorry, I have my notepad file decided to go minimize.
Come on, Burly. Let's go, man.
It's like my brain when you ask me a question and it goes blank. Huh?
You said earlier, because I was going to ask you what your favorite was, but you said 4. Was it just the writing in 4 that was your favorite, or was there something unique to 4 that 6 doesn't have?
It was like the gameplay, the jokes that the characters used, the ridiculousness of it. That was my favorite part. That and the sniping. I liked the sniping in 4.
Go ahead, Burly. Another one.
I was gonna say, from what I do remember, 4 was pretty fucking wacky for the
Yeah,
opening.
it is.
So,
It was.
Mm.
It was the pagan
Yeah.
men one, wasn't it? Where you got to choose whether you kill or let him live.
No, that's 5. That's 5.
Oh, that's 5?
5.
No,
Yeah,
5
that's
is the
5.
father.
Okay. Well, I barely put any time into 4. I'm not a Far Cry expert.
Yeah.
So, but
Fair enough.
shoot, blanked on my head there. How do I word this best?
Come on, Burly.
Would you say 6 is a good starting point for someone that's new to the Far Cry franchise, or would there be another game you'd recommend to start with first?
I don't really think it would really matter because it's not really tied into the rest of them. It's not like a story that carried over from New Dawn or Far Cry 5. So I think they could start there, but it might turn them against it. I don't know.
No. How come? How come you'd think it would turn them against it?
Well, I mean, I've been in the Ubisoft streams and I've seen a lot of the people complaining about you guys didn't put anything into this. You just made up these stories. There's not really a good storyline to it. So that might ruin them on the franchise, but I mean, if you like the gameplay, if you like the makers, I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Okay, so let me ask you this: if you had it all to do over again, and you were considering buying this game now, from what you know of what you played so far, would you pay full price for it, or would you wait?
I think I would. I think I've got my $65 worth of fun.
Okay.
But when I started the Far Cry, it was like Far Cry 3, and I got it under $20. I was like, I'm just going to try this. This looks like it's going to be dumb. But as soon as 5-10 minutes, I was like, I like this. I like the way the cars drove, the goofiness of the people, the players, the shooting. I love the shooting, as you can tell.
Yeah. Have you experienced any glitches in the game yet? Because there's been people on the internet saying that it is glitchy.
Yeah, I've seen some glitches. Like I've shot some people and them go flying through the air like several feet. Or I will fall down into a crevice and be stuck and not be able to move at all. And I did find that one thing, no spoilers, but if you do go back and do certain things, it can mess up your game. Like if you advance too far and then maybe you miss something and you want to go back, don't do that.
Or it'll lock you out.
Yeah.
So after Far Cry 6, I mean, moving forward, what would you like to see Ubisoft implement into the series that isn't in the series right now? I mean, when it comes to gameplay or like the mechanics or like, for example, the maps, what would you like to see them change?
That's a tough one. I don't know if it's me as my gameplay is or if it's my settings, but they could fix the auto aim. That would be great. Because a lot of times I would notice I would go to aim on someone and it would spin me completely around the opposite direction, or I would go to stab someone in melee and it would just cut them instead of stabbing them. Really?
So how much of this game so far, from what you've played, you've said, how much of this game is stealth compared to just, go all in and just shoot everybody? I mean, how much of this game can you actually play in stealth mode?
You could probably play the entire game in stealth mode. I'm sure there's YouTubers out there that have actually done it. I've watched a few YouTube videos myself where they have just went in 5 and done the outpost completely with a knife or a bow and arrow and never set off an alarm. But me,
Mm.
I like to go in and try a stealth, but I usually set off an alarm or someone snitches, and I have to
Yeah, it
kill them
seems
off.
like from the video footage that you provided for us, it looks like you're pretty much going in guns blazing. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I usually get
So,
spotted or someone
mhm,
hears my weapon that should have had a silencer on it.
mhm. Are there any differences in the outposts from Far Cry 6 to the previous Far Cry games that you've played? Are there any differences? Any new things that to come in when you play in the outpost areas, or is it all pretty much similar to the other games?
As far as I've seen, it's all pretty much similar, but I've noticed the further I've got, the bad guys have gotten a little bit stronger, and then I get this meter beside of me now, and it
Mhm.
fills up the more trouble I get in. So when that meter completely fills, then they call in the air forces and the tanks, and then you're
Yeah,
in trouble.
I see. And what difficulty are you playing
Yeah,
this on?
that's what it is. I don't even remember if it gave me an option for. No, it was adventure or story. So I set it to
Okay,
story.
story. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay. So Burly, unlike Deathloop, where Deathloop there's really no difficulty level, you just play a one specific level, right? So on
Yeah.
in Deathloop, yeah. So I see. Burly, have anything else you want to ask Peace
I was
about
gonna
the
say,
game? No?
yeah, I was gonna say, have you tried the co-op mode? Because I know from many people I've heard from the Far Cry series, they love going through doing co-op and going through the outposts and all that.
No, but I would love to. I wanted to play with Jade, but she got the PC version, and unfortunately, it's not cross-platform. So no, I haven't tried the multiplayer yet. But I did in Far Cry 5, and it was pretty cool to run around with your friend and do some missions. But whoever the host was, it kind of counted towards theirs instead of yours, which is pretty cool.
Okay, so if you're joining in and helping someone, if you clear out 15 outposts, it's not going to reflect on your save.
Yeah, it's not going to
That's
reflect on yours. It just reflects on the host. And I think that's what they did in 6. I'm not sure.
Mm.
I would imagine that's probably the safe to say.
Yeah.
So where would you like to see the series go next? Of course, like a fictional Cuba, Yara. Of course, Far Cry 5 was in Montana. So where would you like to see the series go? Personally, I would like to see the series come to Japan because I live out here in Japan, and
That'd be
I'd love to
cool.
see them do a Japanese version of Far Cry. But where would you like to see them go? Burly, I'll start with you first. Where would you like to see the Far Cry series go?
You know what? Let's go, just because I'm a Canadian, let's just go Canada.
Uh-huh.
Just let them go in my province of Ontario, because it is a giant province, and you have like the giant cities of like Toronto, Hamilton, and all that. And then you also have like all the nice little rural areas, so you could just do a bunch of wackiness. And I'd love to see some crazy dictator take over and just have a bunch of outposts.
Cool.
That would be cool. Canada's pretty.
Peace, what about you?
I don't know, actually. I never thought about where I'd like for them to go. I mean, 4 was in the Himalayas, so
Yeah.
then we went back to the USA, and
Right.
now we're in fiction somewhere. I don't know.
Fictional
Japan
Cuba.
would be pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yara. So,
Maybe Canada. I don't know.
okay. All
I'm
right.
surprised you didn't say Alaska.
Oh, yeah. Well, we could go to Alaska. I think I could survive in Alaska there.
Cool. Well, thank you so much, Peace, and I want to thank you for coming on the show and talking about Far Cry 6. And Burly, of course, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
This has been the Arena Extra Take, and it goes up on Patreon for the first 2 days in early access at patreon.com/thearena_podcast. And then after the first 2 days of early access, it will go to our YouTube channels at Expat YouTube Gaming and the Arena Citadel YouTube channel. And it will also go in audio format to free podcast services. So we hope you can catch that either in video or audio format. So this has been The Arena, a multi-platform gaming news podcast, Extra Take, episode 8. And we want to thank you for joining us. And Peace, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, and Burly, thank you so much, of course, as usual. Thank you. Yep. So take care, everyone. We hope to catch you in the next one. Peace out.